Okay, I just had to start over. Okay, so, excuse me, I have just got over a cold, so I'm kind of still coughing, still kind of recovering from it. So, I wanted to make this video though to share what I'm kind of going through. So just kind of bear with me. Yeah. So, I I've been struggling with something for a long time, and it's called vaginismus. And I I don't know when it started. I know that I think it started at a young age. I don't know the exact age, but I was touched inappropriately as a child. I was raped as a child. I was SA'd as a child. And that's where I believe it all started. Um so it's not only just that, on top of the fact of that, I also was bred illegally and against my will for many years in the state of California. Um, so I've dealt with many issues through all of the traumas that I've been through, and I have PTSD. I have complex PTSD. I have other mental health issues as a result from abuse. I've really went through a lot. Um, so starting off with the bad period started at the age of 13 is when I noticed that my periods started to be really bad, really painful. Um, I kind of just disassociated um, the stuff that happened to me as a child. So I kind of like lived in this dreamlike state, and I suffered with kind of symptoms of like borderline personality disorder, um, weight gain, um, like different bad habits. Like, I was driving recklessly for a couple years. Well, not recklessly, but just, oh my God, I just would drive too fast, and just, I don't know. I just have had it throughout a lot of my life. I've dealt with um fighting with like thoughts of just ending everything through everything that I've been through. So as I had mentioned in the other video, I was raped by Bill Clinton. I was forced to carry a baby, um forcibly bred, um and every single baby taken. Um so my uterus has been through a lot. They definitely repeatedly back to back used me like I was a piece of cattle to have these babies, and this was all done at night while people were sleeping. I was abducted, I was held hostage a lot. So getting to the vaginismus, it all started with the last childbirth. They got me pregnant, which they would do through graping me. And there was a man named John who was involved. And when I went into labor, I was kidnapped at night. I was taken. This labor was hours, like hours that I was in labor. And I remember just crying and being in the worst pain. I've never dealt with anything like this in my life. But after them getting about 20 to 30 or more babies from me throughout my lifetime, they started to get upset that the babies had complications. They started to get like very angry that things weren't working out as they wanted them to. And sorry guys, this is just it's pretty difficult for me to talk about. Um Sorry, I just need a minute. They secretly did this for many years and got away with it. Um, there were times that they would hand me the baby after the baby was born and have me breastfeed the baby, but Usually they would just snatch the baby and take it away, and I wouldn't know what was done with it. Like I said, I suspect the babies were either eaten or made into slaves. But anyways, going back to this very difficult childbirth, so I was in labor for hours upon hours, and these people didn't have proper medical knowledge or medical equipment. This was done illegally, so this was not medically proper care. And there were complications with the labor, and they had to pull the baby out some kind of way. And I remember throwing up. I remember being in pain for hours, being terrified, being scared. I remember after they got this baby out, sorry guys, I'm having allergies, kind of like itchy nose. After they got this baby out from me, there was blood all over the whole bed, the whole entire bed. They just ripped it from me. I remember feeling them rip it from me. And that's when it all started. So after they ripped the baby from me, I guess that they felt angry because something was wrong with the baby. There were some kind of complications, because they would secretly make me pregnant, not tell me, not let me know. So I was still taking my blood pressure medications, mental health medications, and I guess it was causing complications. And they were angry that there was something wrong with this baby. I was tortured, mentally, physically, and after I gave birth and all this pain that I was in, I was laid on a metal table by John and held down, and I was raped right after giving birth to this baby. And then he just, like, inside of me, and I just couldn't believe it. He was like there, like, once he did that. And then I was sent back home, and I remember I was bleeding for weeks, and I kept bleeding, and the doctors didn't tell me I had anemia. They said nothing's wrong. They didn't, nothing. And I just kept bleeding and bleeding, and then that's where that all started, with me having to be on the Depo-Provera shot and having to be on it and not have a period at all, because now I get so sick and in so much pain. If I have a period, it's too much for me. It makes me really sick. And I have pelvic floor issues, which I really don't know what other issues I have. If I have bladder or uterine prolapse, I don't really know. And I have a lot of PTSD, a lot. But yeah, I know I have the vaginismus because they were trying to give me pelvic floor therapy in Colorado, but I was on my way to moving because it got so bad out there. I was being gang stalked and all of that, and now they're doing the same thing again now that I'm trying to get help. I'm trying to get pelvic floor therapy because they forcibly had me breed all of these babies, and they caused all of this damage and then just left me with all of this damage and all of this pain. And I've been in pain for years. I've been denied pain medication. And I don't know what to do, because basically I'm being told I have adenomyosis, which I realize I have that because my mom has it. It runs in my family, I guess. And there's no way to fix it other than to get a hysterectomy, but I don't feel safe to get a hysterectomy. I feel like I've been robbed. I'm 35 years old. I never even got to have a child of my own due to these people. They still keep on gang stalking me. They still keep on harassing me. They still keep on following me and making my life hell. And I believe they recently started gang stalking me because I went ahead and I posted a video talking about this, talking about what's been done to me. And yeah, so getting deeper into the vaginismus stuff. So due to what was done to me as a child, um, I have a lot of issues with intimacy, and I don't feel comfortable. And it not only was done to me as a child. I mean, I've been raped as an adult. I've been SA'd, whatever. I'm using the terms that they want you to use on YouTube. I'm sorry to kind of censor it, I guess, because I mean, I didn't know these words, I guess you can't use. So basically, I don't enjoy intimacy anymore. I don't enjoy it due to the vaginismus, because due to the vaginismus, the pain is so severe after having sex that I have to go to the ER, and now it's at a point where it's at the most severe level, to where it's like, yeah, if I do attempt to have sex, I have to go to the ER. And I remember that pain of when John was raping me right after giving birth to that child, and I could feel that pain just in there, and they did so much to me. They stuck things inside of me. They did all kinds of things. So anytime anything comes near my vagina, whether that be a speculum, a finger, or anything like that, I cringe and I get really upset. Lately, I've been getting really upset looking at the vaginismus treatment even, and seeing these dilators to stick something inside of me, and I don't want anything inside of me at all. I don't want to be touched. I'm at a point right now where I don't want to talk to anybody at all, because I'm just in so much pain. I just want to be fully left alone, and I notice my pain is better just being fully left alone, because nobody cares or really understands that I know in person. I mean, there are you guys online who are amazing, that are great and cool, but in person I've never met anybody that's cared or listened to me. And I'm suffering a lot. And recently this doctor, this OBGYN, her name is Chelsea Drake, that works in Billings Clinic on Central Avenue in Billings, stuck her hand deep inside of me with her fingers, and then poked my uterus, and just twisted her hand deep inside, and it just triggered a lot of PTSD. And right now I just really mostly want to just be left alone by myself, because I don't know anybody who's really been through this, and there's nobody to really talk to. Nobody really knows the pain that I'm in, or understands the pain that I'm in, or really believes me. I have good days, but not really. I've gained a lot of weight from being in pain, and my diet not being good from how much food cost, and also medication that I'm on to help me sleep, Seroquel, so that's caused weight gain. And basically with this vaginismus, it's ruined my life. I hadn't been intimate since last July. I tried to be intimate. I met somebody and tried to be intimate, and he was small in size, so sorry to be a little TMI, but he was small in size. He was 3 or 4 inches, and I never would have expected that I would be in so much pain afterwards and for so long. And basically, I can never have sex again unless this issue is treated or something, or if I basically given pain medication, because before Trump got into office and I was not denied any pain medication, I was able to have sex with my partners, with boyfriends I had or whatever, it was just, everything was normal until Trump got into office and took away pain medications, which I desperately needed for my adenomyosis and my vaginismus. So I don't want to have sex anymore. This whole recent situation with the doctor hurting me, and that was kind of after I had been intimate, and now I'm so traumatized I don't ever want to go back to Billings again, and I will not. I'm not going back. So I don't want to be touched anymore. I don't want any exams. I don't want to have sex with a man anymore, because basically it's nearly impossible because of the vaginismus. Like, there has to be a lot of arousal, and usually with a man, it's hit or miss whether you're going to meet a man that is going to arouse you and turn you on. And it still will hurt even if a man goes down on me for a long time, or, you know, it'll still hurt, but usually it'll be like less. And it's hard to meet a man that is dedicated and loving, and that, I don't know, that cares about my arousal. So I'll notice that, like, when you deal with a man, usually they'll start off like, oh my God, the sex is amazing, and they're doing everything right, and they're, licking me and loving me and all that. And then next thing I know, in maybe the next 2 times we meet or something, then they change, and then they stop arousing me. Like, they'll stop caring, like they'll purposefully just stop. And this is why I no longer want to even try anymore, because it's basically just going to be where I just end up getting hurt, and I don't want to do it anymore. I don't even want to try anymore, because basically now it's like, it's just not enjoyable for me, and I'm very traumatized, and I don't want to try anymore at all. And I'm supposed to get this pelvic floor therapy in Bozeman, but I'm being gang stalked so bad there. They're doing a lot of really bad things. Like, they're trying to kick these people out of the trailer park, and hiking their rent up a 70% increase. And I know it's people from California, most likely rich people from California, that are like a stain on the Rocky Mountains. They've just destroyed the whole Rocky Mountains. I mean, now it's hot up here. People are losing their homes. They just come after all of the poor people. And this is what they did in Colorado. They just do everything they can to, like, kick all the poor people out, destroy everything that was already there and already set in place. So that's going on too as well. So yeah. I've tried doing some online, like, YouTube pelvic floor therapy stuff, but I don't know if it's working. I'm not exactly sure. I don't ever get to meditate or ever get to really feel relaxed, so it just is so horrible. I have spasms in my uterus. I wake up in pain. Usually in the morning, I wake up in pain in my uterus, and it's just so frustrating, because I'm in so much pain, and no doctors will help me at all. And I've even contemplated ending my life because they won't help. On this camping trip, I managed to eat, but I'm barely eating anymore, again, because I'm in pain. And I've lost a lot of weight before from being in pain. And the amount of pain that I'm in, I just don't really have any desire to really eat anymore. On top of the fact that I'm not happy with myself and how I look, because I'm in a really bad place, and I can't feel safe to work out, and my cortisol levels are constantly high, because I don't feel safe to hike anymore, to leave my car without it being destroyed or fucked with by the people who are stalking me. So, I don't ever get to feel good. I'm in constant pain. I don't ever get to be intimate or have love, or I don't get to have any orgasm. I don't get to feel good ever. I just don't feel any pleasure in life. So, I've just given up on basically, trying to have sex anymore. I don't masturbate. People have asked me that. I don't like doing that. I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to. I just don't like it. I just don't feel like happy because I just really don't. I really just don't know what to do. So I think right now I'm just kind of feeling pain. I'm just, just talking about all this, I'm feeling pain. So I'm going to try this lidocaine, and I guess you have to just stick it inside with your finger or something. And I just feel so frustrated, and I'm just so upset. And I don't want to have sex anymore because all I am is I'm just a letdown to a man because it's just too painful. And I'm too delicate, and I just don't feel comfortable anymore because every man that I've dealt with usually just becomes abusive. They just change and stuff, and I just feel tense. I just feel tense, like, just through my whole body all the time. So, yeah, that's my experience with this vaginismus. I think that whatever this doctor did, that she put my uterus or bladder out of place or something, or she really hit my adenomyosis. And I'm just really traumatized. And I felt nauseous, and I just feel afraid at every moment. Like, these people abducting me again and doing stuff to me, hurting me, and how I've been hurt. And they've really tried so hard to get me, I guess, to maybe just give up this month, or last month, or in this month, or I don't know. I mean, this month has just started, so I don't really know. I just know that they really hurt me bad, and they knew I was already in pain, and I've tried to contact this doctor's office. They won't respond. They won't do anything to make this right. They won't help me with the pain that they've caused me. And, I just realized, like, the best thing for me to just do is just to stay by myself and just keep my energy to myself, by myself. And that's the only way that I can feel okay, because I basically don't trust anybody. I don't trust these doctors at all. I don't want them touching me. And I don't trust a man to touch me anymore, because I believe that they just want to hurt me. And it is true, because that's all that has happened, is they just end up wanting to maliciously hurt me. Like, the Gary guy was even making a joke, like, oh, what if I just rammed it inside of you? Like, these kinds of jokes and stuff. And I just don't feel comfortable being touched anymore, because all it's going to do is just end up in me being hurt. I don't feel pleasure. All I feel is just pain, because that's what a man wants to do, is just hurt me, because all that they do is send gang stalkers toward me. There's no man that they're, I'm saying that they're going to send. It's not sent by God. I mean, I can ask God to send a man, to send someone good, but he never will, because it's always going to be sent by them. Someone who's not genuine, who's not real. And, I've seen so many stories of these videos of how abusive, like, men are on different various channels. And, I've just dealt with it too much and too many times, and I haven't met a good man, and I don't really care anymore, because it's just, basically, it's done. My sex life is over, and the only way that I would be able to have sex is if I had medication for pain. And so I just have a pretty painful life. I'm disabled from all of this, and I don't really have a quality of life. It may seem like I do, but I really, honestly, I don't really have a quality of life anymore, because I'm stuck here now. I want to move, and I want to move out of the state, and I feel like I'm stuck because I can't afford gas, and I can't work from all the pain that I'm in. And I tried to get help from doctors and they did not help. So in this video, hopefully I can maybe ask a subscriber if they can help. If somebody knows a safe place that I can go, that I can live, please let me know. I'm isolated here. Like, I'm in a safe place right now. It's okay, but I'm isolated and I don't have any friends or anybody to talk to. And basically it's been by design because of this gang stalking. They will just send gang stalkers towards you and stuff. And yeah, so I'm basically at a point where I'm fully giving up on doctors. All that it's done is it's made me worse physically, mentally, and emotionally, and I don't think I ever want a doctor touching me again. I'm kind of thinking of just going back to the way things were, where I'd only just, if I was really sick and just needed to go to the ER, just go to the ER. You know, if I get sick or something goes wrong, you know, like just only if it's like a real emergency to have to deal with these people hurting me. That there's sociopaths and psychopaths in the medical field, and I just don't want to be hurt again because this woman maliciously hurt me purposefully. She had a goal to maliciously hurt me, and I just look back and I just think about how many people have worked to hurt me, and it's traumatizing. It really is. So that is my experience with vaginismus. It's at the worst point that it's ever been. And I mean, I've heard that, yeah, basically if you have a good understanding partner, that you can be able to have sex, but I doubt I mean, I hate to put that energy out there, but I kind of doubt that I'm gonna even find one in this state, because I've been here for a year and all I have met is men that are garbage. I've been SA'd here. I have been not treated well at all, and I've never met one good man here. And I basically have lost all hope, and I don't want to be intimate anymore or try or anything until I leave this state. And I feel trapped. I feel unhappy. And the saddest thing is, like, having an orgasm could relieve my pain, and it has relieved my pain. Like, but basically it's like a game when you deal with a man, because it's like they're going to play these sexual games, whether it's like they're going to give you an orgasm in the beginning, they're going to do all this good, they're going to be on good behavior, and then they're just going to switch up on you. They're going to start abusing you. They're going to start hurting you. So basically it's like, why try anymore? Why bother? Like, why am I going to bother? You know, because it's like, and then it's like, even if you are with a guy and you're intimate with them the first time, they can just purposefully hurt you just to hurt you purposefully. And I just don't feel like going through it anymore. I just don't even want to do it. So yeah, I've lost my sex drive. I don't have a sex drive anymore. I don't. And it's gone. And it's gone after dealing with such a horrible, evil man and being treated like such shit out here. And I wish that I could go back to how things were, you know, like where things were normal and I felt hope and I felt like, you know, happy. And I don't know, it just really sucks. It sucks when you're somewhere and you've been somewhere a whole year and you've been ignored, isolated, treated like shit, SA'd, just treated so horribly, not given any opportunities or any chances. It definitely can make you want to end your life. And I don't know. It's like I've asked God repeatedly to please send me somebody good, please send somebody genuine. But the thing about it is I can't really be angry at God that God made the same mistake that he made before in the past, in the days of Noah, where all these people are evil. And I'm just going to say that, like I said, I believe that there are only like a few people, like I want to say probably like 10 people that are going to be saved. Like, you know, this Noah's Ark, like I'm thinking of like Noah's Ark, like I'm thinking it's like those days. And but I can't say like, oh, I mean, I'm not exactly sure. There could be more good people, but from my experience and what I've dealt with, I haven't met anybody good. I haven't. I've met good people online and stuff, or, from a distance, but I haven't met good people in person. So I don't have much hope. Yeah, so, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about this later on. I don't really know what to do other than to just kind of just, I don't know, try my best to just move and get somewhere else and hope that I can find somebody genuine that can help me, but I don't know. And yeah, like I had said, like, having an orgasm would help relieve my pain, but it's so hard to meet a guy that's not selfish. It's hard to meet a guy that actually cares about how I feel and wants me to feel good. It's hard to find. I mean, with my ex-boyfriend, like, he was very, like, dedicated and very caring. He was very, good in bed, and he would go down on me for like 3 hours before we had sex, and like, he was gentle with me and stuff like that. And it's hard to find that. And now that my body isn't what it should be, I doubt that I'm going to meet a man, because men are so shallow and so vain and so heartless. They just care about how you look. They don't care at all about what's inside. They don't care about your heart. And basically all my entire life, even when I was thin, all a man wants to do is just have sex with me. It doesn't even matter. And like, the whole relationship with Ryan, he never liked me. He loved me. He just wanted to get my social security number. So I've never had real love. And I don't know. It's like, basically every single day I just wonder, what am I here for? Like, what is my purpose? Like, I'm not going to have any kids. I'm 35 years old. I don't have a man in my life. And basically it's just like, every single day I'm just living to kind of live through this perpetual poverty life. Now I'm seeing where the matrix is collapsing, and there's other people now that are about to be out here too, that are about to be out having to live like this, out in nature, and having to, like, live like I do. And yeah, I just always had hope that I had, that I would have like a kind of good ending. Like, when I look at those stories of like those women, who were they, where were they at, in Ohio or whatever, and they got like saved from that house of that man that was torturing them and getting them pregnant and raping them. And, I have that same story. I've been tortured. I've been through all of that. And to look and see the red-haired chick and all those chicks, they all get an apartment. They all get a happy ending. They have people who care. But nobody cares, because there's no way that I can get evidence of what was done to me, of how I was bred illegally, bred forcibly. There's nothing that I can do about the damage that I have in my uterus. I've had times where I've considered that I want to just take a knife and I want to just stab my uterus and just stab it from all the pain that I'm in, and so that they no longer can forcibly use me and force me to have a baby that I don't want. When I was a young girl, I had a dream of having a family, of having kids, and that dream is over. And the reason that that dream is over is because everything that's been done to me, not ever meeting anyone genuine or meeting a good man, not having a home, not having a chance to have a home through all that's been done to me. And basically, like, I'm just looked at like I'm just crazy, or I'm just not well, I'm not sane, and I'm just, yeah, I'm just forgotten and forsaken. And, the one thing that I just try to just think is, maybe God hasn't forsaken me. I mean, America has. People have forsaken me. Everybody, basically. Like, but I have to just try to have that faith every day that God hasn't forsaken me, and that God is coming to rescue me, and that God is coming to save me. And sorry you guys, I'm just having really bad allergies. This wind is so bad, and I'm sorry. Oh God, I'm sorry. Ugh. So I've had this cold because all of the pain that I was caused. I didn't eat for a while, and I'm still, I mean, during this camping trip, I've ate, pretty good, but I haven't really ate since all of this pain that I've been in. So I ended up getting sick from my immune system getting messed up from all the pain that I've been in. So I have been tortured and I have been harmed. Another thing that I want to mention before I close this video is the injury that was also caused to me when I was 13 years old. My father was never around, and I ended up having my appendix got messed up, and I ended up getting really sick, and I had to go to the ER and go to the hospital and get surgery, and I was left alone at the hospital, and I was only 13 years old, and that's because my parents actually never wanted me in the first place, and they've told me personally that they've never wanted me. So I was left alone in the hospital, and this blonde-haired nurse that was pregnant was my nurse, and she started to just be very mean to me, just out of nowhere. I don't know, she just would, have an angry face on. She would talk very, rude. She was very rude, very aggressive, and I had a catheter in me because I was bedridden. I had just had the surgery, and it came time to pull the catheter out, and she yanked it out of me as hard as she could, and I remember it hurting really bad. I remember there being blood coming from my bladder, my urethra, and this is why I will not let any of you touch me ever again, you blonde-haired, blue-eyed piece of fucking trash garbage. I can't wait till all of you are annihilated, you fucking reptilian piece of fucking shit. I just can't wait. I just cannot wait. So, I hate blonde-haired people. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that in this video. You all are legal terrorists. You all are demons. You all are scum. You're seen as the image of beauty, but you're not beautiful. Your hair is not beautiful. I don't see you as anything but trash. That's all that I see you as, is garbage. And you maliciously and purposefully hurt me, but guess what? I'm going to get my day. I'm going to get my revenge, and it's coming. Your day is coming, blonde-haired, blue-eyed fucking bitch. Your day is really coming. So, know that. Whether it's done by God or if it has to be done by me. You will never fucking touch me again if you keep on harassing me, if you keep on bothering me. I will defend myself. I am no longer a child. I'm not a 13-year-old child in a hospital bed that you can torture. I will fight back. If one of you put your hands on me one more time, I will handle you. So understand that. You will not touch me again, you blue-haired, blonde-eyed, whatever the fuck, blonde-haired piece of shit, whatever, blue eyes, whatever the fuck you got. You are wicked. You will not fucking touch me ever fucking again. So that is my video. That is my experience with vaginismus and what I've been through. And yeah, I'm just being vulnerable, I guess, and just expressing everything that's been done to me. So that most likely caused permanent damage, because ever since then I've had bladder issues. I never told my mother about it because my mother wasn't there. I never told my family what was done to me. And the thing about it is, it doesn't even matter. Because I can go ahead and I can tell them now they don't fucking care, and they never did fucking care at all. They never wanted me. That's why I'm homeless. That's why I have nothing. Because they created a child that they never fucking wanted in the first place. And this is why my generation is no longer having children. That's why there's other women that are like me that are 35 years old and that are just never fucking having children, because I'm seeing these videos that are so interesting talking about the boomer generation and how they're narcissistic, how they basically had kids they never even wanted. All true. All fully fucking true. And they are the reason why these new generations are no longer having kids, no longer having families. Because they really fucked up. They really did. They really, 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 really fucked up. All right, guys. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.